Solve the equation 0 equals 2 sine theta plus 1 on the interval 0 is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to 2 pi. Rewrite the equation solving for the trig function. We get negative 1/2 is equal to sine theta. We ask ourselves, what angle or angles on the unit circle on the interval 0 is less than or equal to theta, less than or equal to 2 pi, have sine the y value equal to negative 1/2. Referencing the unit circle, the y values are negative 1/2 when the angles are theta equals 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6 on the interval. A similar problem to the previous problem is the inverse sine of negative 1/2 equals theta. An alternative way to write this problem is arc sine of negative 1/2 is equal to theta. The inverse of sine and arc sine are the same thing. This problem is different from the previous problem because the range of the inverse sine function is negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. On this interval, the sine function is a 1-to-1 function and thus has an inverse. Let's solve this problem. Using the appropriate interval, locate the interval on the unit circle, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. We are looking for the y value of the point to be negative 1/2. This happens on the unit circle at 11 pi over 6. We must adjust this to be on the interval negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, and thus we subtract 2 pi